Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 12 of Pilates with Marilyn. My name is Marilyn Harder, Pilates instructor and Pilates master trainer. This week, we are going to explore movement in our body and movement of tectonic plates in our soul. With that, we're going to go ahead and get started. I want you to go ahead and find a nice tall seated position, and we're going to breathe. So what do I mean by tectonic plates in our soul? Let's take a good inhale in. I want you to feel those ribs expand 360 degrees, front, side, and back, really oxygenating that brain. And then exhale, try and stay tall, blow out all that air and feel that corset wrap 360 degrees, blowing out every ounce of air till there's nothing left. Keep breathing that way. So tectonic plates in our soul. We often find ourselves getting stuck, feeling the feels of dissatisfaction and discontent. And often that root is the way that we feel about and within our body. Let's take one more good deep breath. Exhale out completely. Feel that core fire, narrow the sits bones, grow nice and tall. And we're gonna just release those hips a little bit. This is not a traditional Pilates move, but I feel like it is such a great complement. And we're just gonna imagine that we're stirring the floor with our tailbone. Now with this, I want you to try and stir up some feelings. Take notice of yourself. How do you feel in your body today? Do you feel strong? Do you feel healthy? Do you feel worthy of your time and effort? Do you feel stuck? Can you remember a time that you felt strong, that you felt healthy, that you felt worthy of your time? And now, what I want you to stir up here is what is the difference in now and then. I can guarantee your mind will say it's how I looked, but that is the false answer. If you really explored nice and deep, you would know in that moment, you probably undercut your value. You probably decided that you were less than you were actually in that moment. This is the concept of that tectonic plate of our soul. All right, let's go ahead and narrow the sits bones. Big inhale here, exhale, start to curl that tailbone under. Find that deep abdominal connection. Make sure that we're not rounding. Think proud, open chest, deep chin. Continue to roll down, keeping that proud, open chest, deep neck flexors. Slowly roll it down. And when you hit, go ahead and float those hands up over your head. Don't let those ribs pop. We're gonna inhale here, chest lift up. Keep that proud chest and that deep connection in through those neck flexors. Flip the palms up towards the ceiling. Let's open them out to a T and close that back in. Pair it with that breath and lower it back down. Continue to move. Now, proud chest has its place. When we open our heart, we feel proud within our footprint as a human being. We treat ourselves differently. That, my friends, is the difference. Let's go ahead and go two more. And exhale. Are you now subconsciously feeling that you want to close? Or are you staying open with all of the uncomfortable feelings of, ooh, am I worth this space? You are, my friend. You are. And lower it on down. All right, let's go ahead and take those hands, place them down into the earth. You can leave them up for a greater challenge. We're going to imprint through the deep low belly. Float one knee up into a tabletop. Engage the glutes. Float the other. Find that connection. Good. Think about that imprint, deep core, and breathe to hold. Let's send those knees over the hips, and we're going to alternate toe tap. Now, I want you to imagine somebody you love. You love without reason. Maybe it's a child, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a grandparent, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a partner. Now, I want you to now transfer the way that you feel about yourself and imagine that's the way they feel about themselves. Does that make you feel something? Does it make you feel something proud? With your proud chest and your proud footprint of I'm worth this life. I am worth being seen. I am worth my time and effort. Or are you sad? Are you sad? We're alternating those arms with those toe taps here, getting a greater connection. Are you sad because you want more for them? Now imagine all the people that love you. How do they feel about you? The unapologetic love without strings. And I will tell you, my friends, that is the way that you should learn to love yourselves. As a reformed self-hater, we've got one more pair. I will tell you that I would have traditionally cringed at that thought. Well, I would love myself if I felt lovable. Ooh, pull those knees into your chest. Get a nice, good, deep breath. Give yourself a slight rock from right to left. We're going to pull up into a single leg stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, chest lift up. Now, here's the deal. You are lovable. You are worthy. And we all are. Let's extend that leg. Now we're pulling the right knee into our chest, left leg floats. Now, if you can get a good stretch, I want you to get that good stretch. Elbows wide. Pull yourself up a little higher because I want you to do that emotionally and mentally too. Pull yourself up and switch. And maybe you don't quite get there today, but in your body you think, you know what? I could be content. Or I can move away from hate to maybe discontent. Just know all of that is worth it. Step up on that scale. This scale of higher thought and vibration, not the actual scale in which we judge and measure ourselves. Not that one. We'll go ahead and go two more. The only scale that should matter is your health and how you feel in your body in the way that you evaluate self. Last pair. Now there are other matters, right? Health matters, strength matters. Lower that head down, quality of life matters. Set those toes down. And we're going to go ahead and take a little windshield wiper over to the left. Right arm comes out wide. Drop that hip back to the mat and switch. Now with those self-worth matters, I want you to now float back to the time that you felt best in your body. What were you doing for your body? Maybe it was a time in which you were carving time out for self-care. Last pair. Whether it be yoga or Pilates or running or strength training, chances are there was something that you were doing to make yourself feel healthier, move better, and experience life better. All right, feet are in line with your sits bones. Dropping right underneath those knees, press actively into the floor. Make sure those ribs draw in and down. Inhale here. Exhale, press through those feet evenly. Feel those knees shoot forward. Hips unfold into the center. Pubic bone up towards the ceiling. Tailbone behind the knees. Ribs neither pop nor flare. And let's hinge down slowly. Feeling those hips come down an even keel. Your body arrives in one single moment. Continue to move. You may have noticed the fresh, wet deck around me and the birds chirping in the distance. Not even the distance, in the yard behind me. And this is what I like to call a new rain. It's been a while since this kind of rain cleansed my space. And the way that I feel about rain and the after effect is a new beginning. So I want you to take this moment and just breathe and commit to yourself. Do I want more for me? You first have to decide, do you want more? You don't have to know the whys or hows. You just have to decide, do I want better? And maybe it has nothing to do with physical movement or feeling and experiencing life in your body. Maybe it's something different. But friends, do you want more? Float those hands up. Let's go ahead and hinge up. We're going to articulate down. Disc issues, osteoporosis, you stay neutral. And we'll go ahead and slowly peel it down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale there at the bottom, and we're going to articulate back up. Hinge if that's better for you. Drawing through those abdominals, really pressing through those feet. See if you can get a little higher. And roll it back down. The greatest thing about life is life meets you where you are at. If you have decided you are not worth your time, life will deliver that. Your time will flow where your energy goes. Now, if you have decided that you are worth something different today, now, I want you to then first appreciate yourself, your mind, your body, your moment, in allowing you to be open to that. And that's where gratitude for the body we are in comes into play. Last one, inhale there. Exhale, deep abdominals. Remember, those abs and glutes are partners. We want to make sure they stay on the whole time. Now with that, your soul and your body are partners. We want them on at the same time. Don't turn off your soul and turn on your mind, my friends. Let's extend those legs. Hands come up. Inhale here, exhale, chest lift up. Roll and round it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Think scoop, 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 proud chest. Dive over. My first one felt a little clunky today. There's my proud chest. There's my deep neck flexors curling under the tailbone. It's the awareness that brings better. If we just roll through life as a zombie, accepting what is versus what could be, we could lose that opportunity to do better. That one felt better. Still not perfect, but I'll take it. Dive up and over. All right, we're gonna stack back up, swivel to a Z sit or a Cleopatra position. Hand is out to the side, squaring up hips. Fingertips are pressed forward, and we're gonna elbow tap. Find that tricep push-up, neck is long. Now, I want you to decide, are you in alignment? Are you in alignment with your body? Are you in alignment with what your soul wants most? If it feels cloudy and murky and you're not sure, take some time and journal it out. Write down if time, money, and any other factor that's resisting you from your best life were not in the way, what would that look like? Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it is a lack of support. Maybe it's resources. Write it down. What would you need to live that best life? We'll go ahead and go two more. And then on that last one, we're going to go ahead and rocket ship up. Find that shin, take the arm up and over, and we're going to stretch. Take a good deep breath into that side body. Now, I will tell you, previous versions of me would cringe at the fact that part of my tummy is hanging out here. But you know what? I'm okay with it because this is me. Unapologetically, happily, proud me. Switch those legs to the other side. I may not be fitness model perfect, but I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I feel good and healthy in my body. Let's take those arms out to the side. And isn't that what we all quest for? Now, like you, I also know that I have the ability to feel better in my body. I know that if I moved a little bit more, got my heart rate up and sweated a couple times a week, my heart and lung capacity would be stronger. I have a fun knee and scoliosis. Could I pay more attention day in and day out? Sure could. So we can always strive closer to our goals and feel good about it when we go. Now, I don't claim to be a poster child of perfect bodies, but you know what? My body is perfect. My body is perfect because it is me. It is where I live. And when we decide to really find home within that body that we live in, That's when life gets good. Let's go ahead and go 2 more. 1 more. Let's go ahead and rocket ship up. Find those shins. Take that hand up and take your side bend. Take a good deep breath into that side body. Last good deep breath. And let's go ahead and come to center in a crisscross position. Okay, let's go ahead and narrow our sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, and let's stir again. I want you to just close your eyes and notice any sticky points. Sticky points in your hips, sticky points in your sole. I want you to notice if there's anything that pops up for you. For me, I feel a whole lot more freedom of movement. Let's reverse it. Send it the other way. And just breathe through the joy. This is what children feel like. Joyful, unapologetic movement. Every day is fresh and new. Until the moment that they, quote unquote, wake up to social injustice and the trap of comparison, they don't know anything but joy within their bodies, within their lives. Let's get back to that. Let's come into a side lying position. Tucking one hand underneath your head, you can come into more of elevated, challenging position if that feels good to you. Hand in front of the ribs, hand behind the hips, square things off. Lifting and elongating that top oblique. Let's extend that top leg. And we're going into a lift and lower, and only lift and lower to the point where you can keep that deep glute med working. Remember, we're always building strength here. Like that, with our mind, with our body, the time we spend appreciating the little things about our human experience. That is all time in which we're building a muscle. Self-love, really, truly body neutrality. That's what we're going for. Feeling neutral about your body. Drop into your body. Notice the experience. Not look at your body and judge the appearance. That's our ultimate goal. We work out to be strong. We eat healthy to keep our body functioning. It's like oil to a car. We do not judge the car's oil. We do it for the car to keep it going for a long time. That is the way that we should do it for ourselves as well. Hold it up there. Let's do tiny little pulses. I've got to always think about trying to deepen those deep lower abdominals with the Pilates breath. Tailbone towards the heels, trying to really activate through that space. We're going to go ahead and go 4 and 3, 2, and then we're going to sweep it back. Think about trying to press that pubic bone forward. We're really trying to get that glute fold. We're going to lift up at the diagonal, lifting up at that angle, really finding that deeper connection here. You've got it. And we've got 5 more. 3, 2, we're going to explore movement in a second, and 1. Now I want you to extend that bottom leg. And I want you to take it slightly forward to the mat in front of you. And we're going into the exploration of side kick. Now we want that leg parallel with our body. Now as we sweep that leg forward, I want your hip to naturally drop back. And if you're thinking that's not how you do it, you're not wrong. We're just exploring that connection of the rotation of our body. As we draw it back, allow your hip to naturally draw forward. And we'll go ahead and continue. Finding that draw forward, hip back, draw back, hip forward. Now come back in line with your body, stabilize. If you need your kickstand again, do it. Notice what muscles have to activate to stabilize you. And let's send that leg forward and flex that foot. And then point the toe, draw it back. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just notice it's better. That's all we do in life. It is not about perfection, because guess what? Perfection is a mirage. There is literally no such thing as perfect except for perfectly present. That is accepting the good with the bad. That is noticing and appreciating the improvements. finding joy in the eye of the storm. And done. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Roll onto our backs, find a figure 4 stretch, and then we will translate to the other side. Bringing it on in. I like to roll my ankles, get a little bit extra there. Deep double chin, proud chest. Can you make that chest any prouder? I think you can. And now let's go ahead and come into a nice tight ball. Knees towards nose. Pull past any sticky points. Tailbone reaches away. And let's go into a double leg stretch. Both legs extend, both arms extend. Do your best. And exhale, think those legs float. They wave feathers. Scoop, draw them back in, give yourself a nice hug. Go again. Your legs are light as feathers. Your core can handle the entire weight. And bring it in. We've got one more. Proud. Give me your very best, knowing that your best is good enough. You are good enough. And let's go ahead and rock up, swivel to the other side. All right, we're almost to the end of this workout. It's a shorter but sweet one. It's all about finding that connection, finding what feels good to you today, and the commitment to find a way to do better. All right, let's lengthen that top oblique and go to that lift and lower. And just dig deep. Give me what you've got today, no judgments, allowing your body to be what it is. That is true self-love. Self-love is not romantic love. It's not ogling. And, I guess it is romantic love. It's not aesthetic love. There we go. It is about that deep foundational appreciation that you exist. That's self-love. I don't know about you, but I have a deep foundational appreciation that I exist. I have deep foundational appreciation that my children exist, my husband exists, that every single human on this planet exists. Even ones that come across and are antagonists in your life, they're all blessings because there's lessons for growth. Once that mindset really sinks in and that knowing dips into your soul, you're forever changed. Let's hold it there at the top, sweep it back, try to press that pubic bone forward and really find that squeeze and release. Find that core and foundational support, making sure that you're active and lifted. You got it. We're almost to the end here, guys. And we've got 4 more. 3, I'm starting to melt and that's okay. 2 and 1, extend that leg out. Let's explore that side kick. Take that leg forward, allow your hips to roll back. Allow it to be what it is. This is how I finally got side kick in my scoliotic body, in playing with movement. Does it look like the picture? Nope. Does it have to? Sure doesn't. Does it make my movement better? Absolutely. We'll go ahead and go last one. And isn't that the point? Now let's try not to move. Flex as that leg comes forward. Woo! And point as you press it away. Woo! 2 more. You're there. You're worth it. Notice and appreciate your improvements. And let's bring it in. Roll over onto your back. Give yourself your final figure 4 stretch. And roll those ankles. Open that proud chest. And as you breathe today, I want you to just decide. I want you to decide new beginnings. Every day is one day of one. Can you make today a little better? Some days, maybe not so much, right? Some days we can. And it's those days on not so much that we can take the lesson from the antagonism of that day. How can we do better for ourselves? How can we do better for others? And how can we really embrace this human experience? So with that, I want you to really take a moment, close your eyes, and just notice, drop into your body. Do you feel good? Maybe the answer is no, but do you feel better than when you began? And I'm pretty sure that answer is yes. So thank you for practicing self-care today, supporting Pilates with Marilyn, and always joining us at corporatehippiesconnection.com, because my friends, you are worth it.